welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather, and this is our Kisima live stream. So instead of having a 4-day festival this weekend, we've decided to put together a nice collection of offerings for today. So we've got today, this morning, we're going to do a nice somatic flow with me. Then Salim is going to do Hatha Yoga for spinal health. Then Pao is going to be doing a talk and a workshop on the feminine cycle, which I'm really excited about. Then a lovely vinyasa flow of Tamara. Spirituality for decolonization with Mildred. A heart-opening prana vinyasa with Laura. Then we have ancestral healing with Ula. Then entering the flow state with Neha, so it's all about entering that flow state more. And then finally, we're going to finish off with the LIVESTREAM method with Charlie. So there'll be a lot of practices here that are new to me today as well. So whether you choose to join for just 1 or 2 practices or for the whole day, you're very, very welcome. So we're going to begin with our first practice. This is somatic flow. So somatic flow is all about listening to the body and moving in a way that feels really nourishing and really good for you. This is not about making really fancy shapes with the body necessarily, or moving in a way that you think other people expect of you. It's really about listening to the cues that the body's giving you and just following. Listening to the body and following. And I believe that everybody is a yoga body. So we're going to begin on that premise. This morning is a nice, gentle flow. We'll have a few movements that might be a little more challenging, but ultimately it's up to you to just move in a way that feels really, really groovy to you. Before we begin, I'll just allow a few more people in. So just begin by finding a seat that's really comfortable for you. Sometimes we sit a certain way because we think we should. Just play around with a few seating postures, maybe butterfly, legs out wide, or even up on your knees. Just listen to what feels good for you. Find a posture that makes you feel really good. Shoulders relaxed, spine really nice and tall as if you're being lifted up by a string at the top of the head. And gently close your eyes. Just take a moment to check in with your own breath. Our breathing patterns change all the time. So just bringing a sense of curiosity to your own breath. Am I breathing shallow, deep, fast? Slow. What does it feel like to breathe in this body of yours? Where do you feel the breath most vibrantly? Is it in the nose, the throat, the belly? And how does your body move as you breathe? With every inhale, how do you move? And with every exhale, how do you move? How does the body ride the breath? What does your breath sound like as it moves in and out? finally, just using the imagination as if you could peer inside your chest. What would it look like inside there as you breathe? As the diaphragm flattens on the inhale, and lifts up on the exhale. Connected by fascia to so many organs inside the body, what is happening inside your body with every breath. Gently taking a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale out, gently tuck the chin so that the first thing that you look at as you blink your eyes open is your own body. And just take a moment here in gratitude for how amazing your body is. It's your partner in your life. Leaving all judgments aside about how it may or may not work or look. And just take a moment to say, thank you, body. And then lifting the head. So we'll begin with some gentle movement, making a circle with the head as you inhale forward and exhale up without crunching the neck. Making a lovely circle with the nose as you inhale forward and exhale up. Going in the opposite direction. Just noticing how your neck feels this morning. Perhaps moving along with the inhale and exhale. As you inhale, it comes forward. And exhale, up and around. Now finding a spot that feels really juicy and just stopping there for a moment. Just tuning into the cues the body's giving you. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel releases? And head back to center. I'm going to make circles with the body now. Inhale forward and exhale back. Feeling free to explore the space around you. Pressing the hands into the knees or just holding lightly. And you can make this a very specific movement with the spine, the body around the spine. Or more like a ragdoll. Being free to explore this space and what feels good for your body right now. And we'll make smaller and smaller spirals until we come up to center. And we unravel in the opposite direction. So from that central point, unraveling in a nice spiral. Again, exploring the space around us. Waking up the spine. We make that spiral smaller till we come back to center again. Inhaling the arms up overhead as we look between the hands. And exhale, twisting over to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale, left, allowing the head to move with the body. Allowing the breath to move with the body. Keeping this really nice and fluid. Inhaling up, exhale down. Just a few more. And inhale. Arms come up to center. We go side to side. So we're rocking side to side as if we're trees in the wind. Or seaweed lapping against the shore. Taken by the waves. And then we're going to bring the left hand over to the left side and inhale, raising the right arm up. Exhale, center. Right hand down and inhale, lift the left arm up. I stretch to the left side. Exhale, center. Moving through here, going at a pace that feels good for you. breathing in and out through the nose. As we come around to the left, we're going to swoop the right arm forward and up, left arm up. Exhale, swooping forward, right arm up. Finding that pace that feels good for you. And then as we go around, seeing if you can place the left hand behind you and lift up the hips very slightly, coming up onto the knees. Just a gentle lift here. Exhale, swoop forward, right hand behind you. Gentle lift up onto the knees. Stretching back. Going at a pace that feels good for you, strong through the back hand. You press. Now I've got my right arm down. You want to keep the right shoulder away from the ears. As you stretch back. Forward, then the left arm goes back. And strong through that left arm. Good. And then we'll inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, just walk them forward, and we'll hold here just for a few breaths. Keeping the breath moving, strong through the fingers. We're really keeping those fingers active. Releasing the forehead down. We're going to roll over onto the knees. Here we'll make some lovely circles with the hips. So we're moving the hips all the way around in one direction. Playing with the positioning of the hands. Noticing how the rotation of the shoulders affects what the elbows are doing. We'll go the opposite direction. Another big circle. We're starting to move a little more now. Let's see if you can place the hands right under the shoulders and the knees right under the hips. We're going to make a figure of 8 with the hips. So we're making really nice movements here with the pelvis and the hips, waking those hips up. Good. I'm even seeing if you can write your name. In cursive with the hips. Good. You're going to place the left hand underneath the face and inhale, right arm comes up. Swing all the way up. Exhale, thread the needles so the right arm goes underneath the left, and you're going to stretch away from the body for 3 beats. 2, 1 before releasing it down and walking the left arm up above you. Breathing in and out through the nose. Finding the position that feels good for your body. Make some slight movements here, just to get into that shoulder girdle. Good. And seeing if you can kick the left leg out behind you. And if you can, now swing it around to the side and plant that foot down. See if having that extra support changes how you hold this posture. Feeling free to explore it, making slight adjustments in the body. Not moving too quickly, but making slight adjustments until you feel a really good stretch. Good. And on your next inhale, walking the hands back towards the body. And we're going to push back, lifting the left toes up to the ceiling, tucking the right toes under, and we're pushing back. Now we're going to stretch the left hamstring. Bouncing very gently, just as far as the body. Left toes pointing to the ceiling. And then we walk the hands forward, and we're going to roll over the top of that left foot. And we're going to dip the hip. So dipping the hip here. Push back, left toes to the ceiling. Roll over the top of the left foot and dip the hip. So you can go quickly or slowly with this movement. Doesn't matter. Just listening to all the signals your body's giving you. Should be going slower if the body's telling you it wants to go slow. Or if your body's feeling more yang, going a little faster. Walking the hands towards the body, walking the hands away from the body, and rolling over. Good. From here, we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders again. You're going to swing that left leg behind you beyond that right foot. Make a look over that right shoulder. You can press the toes into the ground and have a couple of bounces here. And then swing it around, all the way around, that left leg coming all the way around. Pressing the foot into the floor, we're bouncing forward. Just moving in a way that feels good for you. Swing it around, beyond that right leg, looking over the right shoulder. And swinging it all the way forward if you can. Bouncing into that left knee. Doing a few more at your pace. Really stretching out the left side of the body. And really getting into the legs here. You can even bring your foot out wide. Swing around. It's almost like you've got a long tail looking over that right shoulder. And again. And then from here, you can even fold your yoga mat if you'd like to protect the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. We're going to open the arms out on the inhale. And exhale, fold over. Crossing the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding over. Crossing the hands in front. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Moving with the breath. Finding a rhythm that feels good for you. Good. One more inhale, lift as we open the chest, and exhale, hands on the inside of that left leg. And we're going to swing the left leg all the way back around, beyond the right knee. And you're going to tuck that knee in, press the hands into the floor. So now the left knee is tucked behind the right knee. And we're pressing into the floor until we come all the way to sitting. And from here, we're going to come into our spinal twist. So inhaling, right arm up to the sky, placing it right behind you. Left arm up to the sky, and crossing that elbow on the right side of that right knee, looking over the right shoulder. And going as far as you want to go today. A few deep circular breaths. Good. And taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale, twisting around to the other side. So bring the left and the right hand around to the other side. We're doing a nice counter twist. Pressing into the floor. And then from here, from this counter twist, we're going to see if we can stand and face the opposite direction. So pressing the hands into the floor, coming up. And we face the opposite direction. So hands underneath the shoulders there. We're just going to move slightly more animalistically here. We're just moving in a way to release those hips. You might find that one side feels a little different to the other. So feeling free to just make some animal movements. Maybe even pressing into the floor, forwards and backwards. Or side to side. Let's do a few more while I let some more people in. Good. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky, the right arm is under the head, reaching up. And exhale, we're going to thread that needle again. So the right arm comes under the left. We stretch for 3, 2, 1, and release down to the ground, walking the right arm up and overhead, finding a spot that feels juicy. You might find that it feels different on each shoulder. Just making micro adjustments until you really feel something. Slowing the breath down, in and out through the nose. And then seeing if you can kick that right leg back behind you. And walk it round to the side, planting that right foot down. See if it makes a difference in how you hold yourself, how you're able to access the stretch in the shoulder. Just a couple more breaths here. Good, and then walk the hands towards you, tucking the left toes under. Lifting those right toes up to the sky and pressing back. Being careful here not to go too far with the hamstring just yet. Good. So pressing all the way back, lifting the right toes up to the sky, and then walking the hands forward and rolling over the top of that right foot. So we're dipping the hip. Whoop, you might feel some clicks and cracks. I certainly do on this side. Pressing back, rolling over the top of the foot to come forward. And see if you can move with the breath. Inhale forward as you lift the chest. Exhale back. Playing with the position of the hands to really feel the maximum benefit. You can even walk the hands towards the feet. Nice. Finding your pace. Good. And we're going to bring the hands under the shoulders, swinging that right leg beyond the left leg. We're going to look over the left shoulder. You can press the right toes into the ground, bringing your heel close to the ground, opening up that calf muscle. Or you can concentrate the movement on stretching out the right side of the body. And we swing that leg around. Once again, planting the foot down. Gentle bounces here in the leg. Again, you can double roll this part of the mat if you want to. Swinging around beyond that left leg, looking over the shoulder. And swinging again. Going at a pace that feels good for you. Playing with the placement of that foot. You can even roll over the foot like you're opening a book. And open out the hip. Swing it back. Looking over that left shoulder. And swing it forward. And from here, if we're feeling strong through the core, we inhale, arms out. And exhale, crossing over. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, crossing over. Crossing the hands in front. Inhale as we lift, we're really opening the chest up, rolling over the shoulders as we come forward. And we press the hands the inside of that right foot. And we bring it all the way back behind us, going beyond that left knee. And again, we're going to tuck the right knee underneath the left, pressing the hands into the floor, pushing back, feeling a bit of a release in the lower lumbar, resting the hands into the floor until we come to sit up in our twist again. Inhaling, left arm comes up. Exhale, place it behind you. Inhale, right arm comes up. And crossing that right elbow to the left side of that left knee. We twist the over that left shoulder. Slow, long breaths here. Taking a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're coming into that counter twist. Right hand comes to the floor, left hand comes to the floor, pressing the hands into the floor. And then we roll around to the other side. Good. And again, finding that animal body. Just releasing out where your body feels it's ready to release out. Good. Now we're going to press the hands into the floor, tucking the toes under. We're going to come into a down dog, hips high. Walking the feet out, really paying close attention to the toes. They bear so much of our weight. Yes. A little attention. So as you pedal the feet out, even rolling over the tops of the feet, just really feeling every little bone, every tiny little muscle in the foot. How incredibly complex and stable this part of our body is. Nice. And slowly, slowly walking the feet towards the hands. We're going to dangle down. Relaxing the head. Maybe a gentle bend in the knees. Not staying too stiff here. And then see if you'd like to draw a little semicircle with the fingers right and left. You bend, alternate knees. Relax the neck here. Just ragdolling around, right to left. Good. Slow that movement down. Come back to center. Engaging the thighs and the stomach as we gently roll up. We want to engage the thighs to protect the knees. Rolling up one vertebra at a time. There's absolutely no rush at all. Shoulders are the last to roll back before the head lifts. Good. From here, just take a moment to find your feet on this mat. Rolling over the toes. Finding your space, your position. What we want to do is we want to find our center of balance. Every body is a little bit different. We've got 3 centers of gravity. 1, the head over the chest. 2, the chest over the pelvis. And then we've got the lower center of gravity here. So what we want to do is rock forwards and backwards on the feet. Just gently. So you really feel, there's a point at which you feel the most stable. The most held by the ground beneath you. Let's stop there. You might be very straight, you might have a bend in the knees. Doesn't matter, just find a spot where you feel the most held by the ground. And then moving the pelvis forwards and backwards in the same way, we're trying to just find that spot that makes us in this body feel really centered and grounded. Rocking the pelvis forward and back until you find that center. Until you find home. And we're going to do the same with the upper body. Now we've found that stability beneath us. You can go to side or even in a circle. Just kind of ragdolling around. Go forwards and backwards, rolling with the shoulders until we find our most stable point. And then the same with the head. Just lolling it side to side, forwards and backwards. You want to compress the spine so don't lift it too high. Okay. Once you've found those 3 centers of gravity, the head, over the chest, over the pelvis, just take a moment to notice how amazing it feels to be really stable and grounded like this. Great. As we inhale, reach the arms up overhead. You're going to hold on to the left thumb with the right hand and inhale, lift to center. And exhale, make a big circle around the body. Inhale, center. Exhale, circle around. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, big circle. And we hold it in the center. Stretching up again. Swapping hands, so holding onto the right side with the left hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, circle around, bending the knees. Inhale, center. Exhale. Going at your pace. Good. And exhale, release. Release down into a wider stance. Cactus arms. Gently going to bounce into the legs. And sticking out the tongue of goddess. Yeah. Inhale, lift. Straighten your legs and the arms, and exhale. Sticking that tongue out. Inhale, lift. And exhale out one last time. Good. Then we're going to do what I call the Italian waiting. That's definitely not the name. Bring the left hand to the left hip and the right palm to facing the sky. This is why I call it the Italian waiting. We try not to drop our spaghetti bolognese. So you always want the palm to be facing the ceiling. So first we follow the pinky. We go deep into the shoulder now. Inhale as you make one circle, keeping the palm facing the ceiling. Exhale as you bring it around behind the body. So do 2 circles, following the pinky. Inhale, forward 1 circle. Exhale, back behind. And you can make this as specific as you like. Just getting into the shoulder bone and the mobility here. Or you can play around with the movement. Staying strong through your base, but kind of going full matrix. So just playing around here, what feels good for you. Sometimes when my shoulder is really losing attention, I just like to stay very still. Make this movement very precise. Some days I feel a little more like I want to move my whole body, release out the lower back. It doesn't matter, find what feels good for you. Just try not to block your head. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Good. We go around in the opposite direction now, so this time we're following the thumb. Thumb comes back behind us, all the way around, and inhale forward. Sometimes I feel this movement is the only thing that can really release the shoulders. I feel that. Good. Then we go around to the other side. Right hand on right hip. Making any little adjustments that feel good. Make you feel strong in your base. Left palm facing the ceiling. And we follow the pinky first. Inhale forward. Exhale back. It doesn't matter if it feels different on each side. Just listening to what your body's telling you. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Keeping it really small and precise, or really big and wild. What do you feel like doing? And we go in the opposite direction, following the thumb. Finding your own flow here. Come back to release the hands, thighs. And from here, we just have a nice little shake out. Maybe starting with 1 foot at a time. I think got a chongalulu on your foot, like, get off. Really releasing through the ankle, the whole foot. I think Humans have almost lost the art of shaking and kind of bring it back in. Shaking is an amazing release for the body. Great thing to do first thing in the morning. Okay, so we're shaking the legs, right and left. And we're going to firmly plant those feet on the ground. We're shaking in through the knees. So everything else is just kind of loose. We're shaking in through the knees. And as you start to shake, consciously try to release your muscles. Like as we shake through the knees, you might find that your buttocks are very thick. All the jiggly bits will start to jiggle. Just let it happen. I spend so much time trying to look a certain way, just tucking in the belly. Ugh. But we're just going to let it all hang out now. So now we're moving up into the hips, and let the hips join. So we're getting a little more intense. A little more intense as we move up the body. Now we're moving even higher up into the shoulders. Letting the shoulders get involved. And then all the way down, both arms into the wrist. Now we're really going for it, and even let the head to release the jaw, even flutter the lips. And just really shake it up, really getting into the wrist there. We're going to go even harder. We're going to go as hard as we can with a really big shake for a count of 10. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Let it out. 3, 2, 1. And then we stand in our perfectly stable spot. Notice how you feel. Perhaps some tingling, buzzing in the fingers. Perhaps your breath and your heartbeat is quickening. Now it's time to consciously slow them down. Breath in through the nose and exhaling twice as long as you inhale. As we play with our breath, also playing with our heartbeat. We control our heartbeat with our breath. So slowing down the breathing, slowing down the heart rate. Increasing that connection between the two. Strengthening our heart rate coherence. And as you find the breath, the heartbeat starts to slow down. Move the body however it wants to. If you want to left, sway side to side. Keeping the eyes closed, and you want to put one hand on the heart. Maybe two. Just make any gentle movements the body wants to make. This music. As you gently open the eyes, we're going to sway our way all the way down. Hands on the floor, and we're gently rocking side to side. And then as we find our way down to the ground, bringing the hands behind us, and plonking the bum down. We're going to windscreen wipe the legs, right and left. And then hold them on one side and just rest there. nice stretch to the front of the right thigh. So always swing the legs over to the other side. Resting there. Swinging around. Just going to row the boat down to Shavasana. So every time you come a little closer to the mat, inhale and lift high. And slowly releasing to the ground. Making any last movements the body wants to make. You can explore the space above you like an octopus. Any last movements. And take a big breath in. And exhale, release down to Shavasana. Take a moment just to connect with how you feel. How you feel in your body. How you feel in your heart. How you feel in your spirit. I invite you to take a moment to dedicate this practice to someone you care about. Or someone who really needs some loving, kind thoughts right now. So dedicate this practice to you. And slowly come back into the body, wriggling the fingers and toes, maybe lolling the head side to side, maybe opening up the mouth. Stretching the arms up overhead, stretching the legs, squeezing the knees into the chest, squeeze yourself awake. And then flopping the body over to one side, just to rest for a moment. Before pressing the hands into the floor, you're coming to find that delicious seat that works just for you and no one else. Finding that seat where you feel the most comfortable, held by the ground, lifting up tall, centered, serene, gorgeous. Moving the hands together at the heart center, and we'll close with one long Om. If you don't wish to Om, you can always just hum. Got lots of nasal nitric oxide, has all the same health benefits. Take a big breath in, and then we'll make some noise. Bring the fingertips to the forehead, maybe think with wisdom and compassion. Down to the lips, maybe speak with wisdom and compassion. Back down to the heart center. May we love one another and all living things with great wisdom and compassion. I bow to you in gratitude for making the time to be here with me this morning. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. And I hope you have a really beautiful day ahead. Lots of love.